All right, so let's refresh your memory. This was a rectangular prism. It has the base. We'll use the base as the lid and the bottom, and we'll use the sides as the other four sides, left and right and front and back. Okay, so if we draw out our shapes, we have our bases, which is the top and bottom. So you would draw them as they look, and you would label a 2 by 11 because that's what they are, and label both of them 2 by 11. So that gets you this piece down there and the lid. Now the sides, or the front and the back, I labeled the front and back. If we know this would be 11 and the height would be 15.5, label both 11 and 15.5. And then of course the sides, left and right, that is 2 by 15.5, and again another 2 by 15.5. So we have all 6 sides of this figure, and if you notice, they all have different combinations of the same numbers. So the 3 numbers that are available, 2 and 3, you got to pair up, 15 and 11, and 15.5 and 2. They're all paired up in different states. Just 2 sets, 2 sets, and 2 sets. Now you just have to do the math. So first, calculate the area of the bases. That gets you 11 times 2, which is 22 square centimeters. Now don't forget, there is 2 of them, so there's another 22 square centimeters. Put square centimeters on there so it indicates it is a final answer of that product. Now let's calculate the area of the side. And remember, when you do that, there are 2 of them. So that's 170.5 square centimeters twice, because there's 2 of the front and back. Now calculate the sides. When you multiply, you get 31 for one of them, 31 for the second one, and guess what you're going to do with all 6 numbers? All 6 of them. These 2, those 2, and those 2 to get all 6 sides. You guessed it, you're going to add them up for a grand total of total surface area 447 square centimeters. So in the last column of your paper, you would put the black portion with the 2 final answers here, 2 final answers, 2 final answers, with the grand total of surface area of 447 square centimeters. That's in your last column on your homework sheet. All right, so now a triangular prism. Now again, a triangular prism has 2 bases that are these 2 triangles have height of 5 centimeters, as we measured yesterday, and a base of 3 centimeters, as we measured yesterday. Okay, now be careful with the other sets of rectangles. This side right here is the most obvious one. It's a 20 by 6. And so would the other side, because it's also a by 6. And obviously it's the same length of 20. But that third bottom rectangle, you need to recognize, is only 3 long when it comes to that side. So that is 3 centimeters by the 20 for that bottom of that candy bar. So let's go ahead and label that. That's a 3 by 20, while the other ones are 6 by 20 and 6 for 20 for the back side that we can't see. And that gets you a total of 5 sides, 3 rectangles and 2 triangles, the triangles being the bases. Now let's do the math and calculate using formulas. The areas for the triangles come out to 7.5 square centimeters each, like we calculated in yesterday's. The 2 sides that are facing you and the ones that are on the other side of the picture we can't see, those are both coming out to 120 square centimeters when you multiply 6 times 20. And of course the third one, the one that's on the bottom of this thing that you can't see, comes out to 60 square centimeters. Now you're not done. This set right here, the last column, is what's in the column in your right hand side of your homework, the combine, meaning add. And when you add them up, you get a grand total of surface area of 315 square centimeters. Okay, now we move on to the rectangular pyramid. Pyramid meaning there's only one base, and we just named it. It's a rectangle. The sides, however, are obviously triangles. Front and back will be equivalent triangles, and left and right will be equivalent triangles. They will be different because these bases are different. All right, so let's go ahead and label what we know about them. The base is a 2 by 5, and that is in inches. The triangles that are facing in the front, those are 5 by 8s. Those are 5 by 8s. And then the ones off to the side are 2 by 8s. 2 by 8s. So let's go ahead and calculate the surface area, or the area of each individual one. Okay, so the base is 10 square inches, because all you do is multiply 5 times 10, obviously. Put square inches on it so you know it's a final, and there's only one. Don't double it. All right, so one red triangle, the front side, comes out to 20 square inches. The other one, we add 20 square inches. Same thing for the smaller triangles on the left and right. They come out to 8 square inches. You make sure you add another one for the other side. So that is 5-sided figure, the bottom and the 4 triangles around it. That gets you the grand total. When you put these in that left or the right column on your home, surface area comes out to exactly 66 square inches when you add up all that mess. Do not forget to do the halves. Remember, triangles are halves here, so don't forget those halves. All right, so now a triangular pyramid. Now again, pyramid, so one base only, and triangular. So we've already told you the type of base it is. Now don't forget it is a pyramid, so all the sides are also triangles. And since this base is a 4 by 5 by 3, all 3 sides are different. So it is a scaling triangle, meaning all 3 triangles that come off of it are different also. All right, so let's go ahead and label our 4 triangles. One of them is our base, which is labeled as a 3, right here, a 3 by 5. Our next one, let's take this front one right here and make that our 5 by 6. Take this side one over here and make it the 4 by 6. And last but not least, let's go ahead and make this the back side over there, and it is a 3 by 6. Now what I want you to notice is that each one of the triangle sides, the 3, 4, and 5 are all down here. 3, 4, and 5. The height, which is labeled right here, is the height of each of those triangles. So the base triangle is a 3 by 4 by 5, and these are all attached to the bases, and the height is labeled as 6 for each of those dotted line sides. Now we just calculate each individual triangle and add them up. All right, so when I do my calculations of 1/2 base times height for the blue, I'm going to get the 7.5 square centimeters. When I do 1/2 base times height of the red, 15, and the green, 12, and the purple, 9. You're going to total those up for your total surface area, and you get your grand total of 43.5 square centimeters. Now you are going to move on to your classwork, and you're going to answer all 5 questions, 2 on the front, 3 on the back, and you are going to label the title, meaning the name of each figure, the base, and you are going to label it with its dimensions, and the sides, and you're going to label each dimension of the sides. So if it's a 6-sided figure, I want 6 figures drawn with the numbers on them. The formulas in the middle is actually showing the math. In the last column where it says combine add, you do just that. You combine your final answers for a grand total of surface area in square centimeters, square meters, square inches, square yards, whatever it is. If you do not finish, it is homework.